Okay, so let's talk about something that many leaders don't realize until it's too late. And that is that your best employee may already be thinking about or simply already looking for their next opportunity. Now, don't panic. Hear me out on this one. If you have someone that may be already thinking about their next opportunity, already looking, it isn't necessarily because they're unhappy. In fact, some of the highest performing employees, they leave organizations that they genuinely liked and genuinely loved working for. They respected their leaders, they enjoyed their teams, they believed in the missions itself. So then the question becomes, why did they leave? Glad you asked. Because somewhere along the way, they stopped growing. And that's what many leaders have to understand when it comes to this. High performers, they often have different needs. They're naturally curious, they're motivated, they enjoy challenges, they want to contribute, they want to learn, they want to develop. And when those things aren't being met, they don't always become disruptive in the workplace. They become quiet. They begin to disengage. They stop bringing new ideals. They stop raising their hand. And eventually, they start looking somewhere else. Not because they hate where they are, but simply because they no longer see where they're going. But let me be clear on this. When we think about growth itself, growth doesn't always mean promotions. That is a misconception. Now, growth itself can look like learning a new skill, leading a project, cross-training, mentoring others itself, greater influence, more responsibility, or simply having leaders who are invested in their development. But unfortunately, many businesses, they unintentionally focus most of their time and energy on struggling employees while their highest performers quietly maintain everything. Until one day, they leave. And then when that happens, everyone's looking around like, what happened? I never saw this coming. But the signs were actually there. So what can leaders do? Stop assuming that high performers need less attention. Strong employees still need support. Strong employees still need feedback. Strong employees still need development itself. Also, have career conversations before you need them. Don't wait until exit interviews. And speaking of exit interviews, I do have another YouTube video that you can check out that is specifically on that topic itself. So I would definitely encourage you to check that out. But getting back to this, have those career conversations before you actually need them. So ask them questions regularly, like do check-ins. Ask them questions like, what excites you? What would challenge you itself? Is there a new skill that you might be interested in learning or a new goal that you might want to work towards? Where do you see yourself, within the next year or even over the next few years? That type of dialogue shows the level of intent and investment itself. And then create opportunities for growth. Growth doesn't always require promotions or bigger salaries. Sometimes people need to simply feel that they're moving forward itself and have somewhere to go in the company. And then I cannot stress this next one enough. Pay attention to quiet disengagement. Silence, it isn't always contentment. Sometimes it's preparation. And here's what I need for leaders to understand and remember. People, they don't just want jobs. They want futures. And some of your greatest retention strategies is not found in policies or perks. They're found in leaders who help people to believe that they still have somewhere to grow within the organization. Because your best employees, they may be looking for their next opportunities right now. So then the question becomes, will they find that opportunity somewhere else? Or will they find it within the organization that they're already helping to build?